Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and I want to apologize for two things up front. One, I think the hum is going to be here in this episode. I'm sorry. I think it's going to be there because my computer is making the noise it's making. But two, this could potentially be a long video, and it's going to get a little personal. Let's just say if you shop at Amazon, I'm going to be saying some things that you are definitely not going to agree with, but hey, this is something I feel really passionate about. I'm actually more passionate about Amazon than I am Uber. I think Amazon is a danger to society. I think it's an immoral thing to do to buy anything from there. And I have actually told people to their face that if you buy from Amazon, I don't know if you have a soul. And I have good friends that buy from Amazon, so clearly that's not true. And yet I can't help but feel when you have stories like this, and when you go look at the things that they've been doing, and even some of the things I've been reporting on this channel, how you could possibly, under any circumstance, give them a cent of your money. I don't know how you can do it. I just can't. And I am going to be very, very open about that. And we have talked about Amazon, particularly their purchase of Whole Foods, for a while, because I saw that as a danger. I saw that as Amazon wanting to enter the retail market. You know, Amazon spent years trying to convince people that retail was not the future. There's no retail, folks. That's not where it is. It's all online. It's all on your computer. It's all one-click shopping. That's what it is about. And that's how it was until the market got weak enough that they decided they wanted to enter it. And thus, they bought Whole Foods. They're going to definitely try to put all the other grocery store companies out of business, and they have the potential to do it. And the second Toys R Us closed the doors, they announced a catalog. A catalog, what a quaint little thing, a catalog. What use does that have in today's world? Well, apparently Amazon thinks that it has some use, so even though they spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to convince you that we didn't need Toys R Us or JCPenney or Sears or Macy's, once we started losing them, then Amazon's like, oh, by the way, we're going to do this unique thing. It's called a catalog. I hate this company so much. Well, apparently the employees at Wholesale Foods, or Whole Foods, I should say. It's not Wholesale Foods. Whole Foods, essentially, they are sick of their new owners. And they do not like Amazon, the company. They don't like Jeff Bezos. They don't like what's happening. Keep in mind, Whole Foods is a company that was always profitable, always tended to have happy employees. I mean, not every single one. You're going to have a few. But generally, the employees were happy. They were well paid. They had pensions. And they stayed there for years on average. Not every single one, again, but on average, people were very happy working there. Well, fast forward to today, Amazon bought Whole Foods. Their pay sucks now. They are being audited and micromanaged like they never have been before. People have been fired or have quit because of the stress that has come from managing. And Amazon is even looking to roboticize much of the company. You know those stores that they're testing out in New York where there's no cashiers or anything? Yeah, they want to make all of the Whole Foods like that. So trust me, they are planning to get rid of as many employees as possible. Well, the employees have pretty much said, no, they are not going to put up with that. And they have not only set plans in motion to unionize the store, but they have even called Jeff Bezos disrespectful, and an exploiter, and said to stop exploiting them. Like that. In fact, you can see it in the headline right there. Amazon workers seek Unionize, says Amazon is exploiting our dedication. And I will say, give Amazon their one little bit of due with this little quote here. I don't know if people are necessarily dedicated to Whole Foods. I think they were dedicated to what they got paid and the benefits that they had, of which I've been hearing Amazon has been peeling away ever so slowly or ever so quickly, depending on who you ask. So what is actually going on? Well, let's look at this TechCrunch article. It says, a group of workers at Whole Foods Market is leading an effort to establish a union for the Amazon-owned company's 85,000 workforce. By the way, should be noted, sometime last year, they had over 100,000 people. So Amazon's already lost them 15,000 jobs. Like, if you want a good example of just how much damage this company does to the economy, there you go. In a letter addressed to Whole Foods employees, the group, members of Whole Foods Cross-Regional Committee, wrote that they are, quote, concerned about the direction of Whole Foods in the Amazon era. The letter outlined several demands, including a $15 an hour minimum wage for all employees, 401k matching, paid maternity leave, lower health insurance deductibles, and more. Well, first of all, Amazon could easily afford all of these, but don't expect the paid maternity leave. After all, this is a company that when a warehouse worker had a miscarriage, she was put on probation because Amazon management was concerned about what her dedication to the job would be after going through this really traumatic experience. So yeah, you're not going to get that willy-nilly. You're going to have to unionize if you want to be treated like a human being by Jeff Bezos. But continuing, quote, "We cannot let Amazon remake the entire North American retail landscape without embracing the full value of its team members. The success of Amazon and Whole Foods should not come at the cost of exploiting our dedication and threatening our economic stability." And they shouldn't, and there's no reason to. Whole Foods was very successful long before Amazon came in. In fact, that's one of the reasons Amazon bought them, because they were uniquely successful and clearly their culture worked. And what did Amazon do? They went in and they changed the rules so that, hey, they could get a few pennies more. All they had to do was treat the employees like garbage and take things away from them, even though it was working perfectly fine before that, and they probably aren't even making that much more money. Heck, they really probably aren't, because the first thing Amazon did was slice prices. They cut prices. So and we're going to talk about that in a moment. So anyway, the grocery store chain was acquired by Amazon 1 year ago in a $13.7 billion deal that sent shockwaves through the e-commerce and brick and mortar retail industry, because every time Amazon does anything, then it sends, shivers and shockwaves. Well, actually, I know why it always does this. Let me tell you why. Because Amazon doesn't need to make money. And so whenever they enter a market, all the other companies pretty much turn on their clock. It's like, how much longer do we have? Because we can't compete with someone who doesn't need to make money. And that's the big issue. So yeah, of course it sent shockwaves. But continuing, in that 12-month period, the e-commerce giant has implemented changes to the grocery chain's nearly 500 stores. Amazon Echoes have become part of the inventory in some locations, and Amazon lockers have shown up to facilitate Amazon.com pickups and returns, for example, which are changes I could live with in all fairness. Of course, I expect them to do that. It's some of the other changes that they, In fact, there's an article here called the Amazonization of Whole Foods 1 year in. That's an interesting lead. I'll leave a link to that below as well. The letter, which calls out both Jeff Bezos and Whole Foods CEO John McKay directly, says there will continue to be layoffs in 2019 and beyond as Amazon aims to aggressively trim our labor force before it expands with new technology and labor models. And again, they've already cut 15,000 jobs. Some of those people probably quit, but they didn't move to rehire them, so clearly Amazon didn't want them in the first place. Since the Amazon acquisition, several hundred Whole Foods workers have been laid off as Amazon infuses, quote, Whole Food with its efficient, data-driven ethos. Gotta love companies that are data-driven. It's like that nostalgia critic joke where it's like, but the chart says, Anyway, per the Wall Street Journal, shoppers, however, have saved millions as a result of the shakeup. And this, I'm going to say that for the end, because that's really important to talk about. In a statement provided to TechCrunch, a representative of Whole Foods said they respect the, quote, individual rights of their team members. We have an open door policy that encourages team members to bring their comments, questions, and concerns directly to their team leaders. We believe this direct connection is the most efficient way to understand and respond to the needs of our workforce and creates an atmosphere that fosters open communication and empowerment. We offer competitive wages and benefits and are committed to the growth and success of our team members. Well, here's the thing. If they're asking for $15 an hour, you're not really paying competitively. You're just not. I mean, Albertsons, Raley's, maybe people can comment below. I could be wrong, or maybe it's different in other states. But I know people who have worked for Albertsons and Raley's for years. They make way, way more than $15 an hour. They make about $18 or $20 an hour with benefits and stuff. So if they're asking for $15, you're not paying them competitively. And why would they do an open door policy? Amazon clearly doesn't care. The first thing they did was they started trimming jobs and roboticizing everything. It's almost like the Sonic the Hedgehog show. We're going to roboticize the city and everything's going to be run by robots. That's what Amazon does. That is what they do. An open door policy Here's the open door policy. They are doing the right thing. Okay, you have an open door policy. You want to communicate. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sue you and we're going to become a union. And then you're not going to be able to just get rid of us nilly-willy, hopefully. So that's what they're saying. Now, continuing, Amazon provided a virtually identical statement, adding that they encourage anyone concerned about employee treatment to take a tour of one of their fulfillment centers. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you want to tour their fulfillment center, you can't just walk in. You have to make an appointment weeks in advance, at which point a manager or a team leader will show you around, but it will be a very, very controlled tour. You can't just talk to people. They will show you how things work and how great it is. If you were to say, like, can we just ask the employees what it's like? They're like, no. Can't do that. Not part of the tour. Amazon always controls the tours. If you want to find out what it's like to work at Amazon, you have to do what some of the news stations have done. Get someone hired and have hidden cameras so that you could record, and they have done this. They have recorded the terrible ways the managers treat their employees. Caught it on camera. Amazon never comments on it. They just never do. Here's the full letter obtained by the New Food Economy, and we're not going to read the whole thing. So now we're going to talk about the big elephant in the room. And they actually hinted at it like down here. Where is it? This is the line that really, made, I'm having a hard time highlighting it, but shoppers, however, have saved millions as a result of this shakeup. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Amazon is never brought to court or never taken to task for how they treat people. Nobody wants to take Amazon to court. I was having a conversation with this on my podcast a couple weeks ago. It got fairly heated, and I got very aggressive when it came up. And I'm not going to say who it is here. You can watch the podcast and find out, but I lay down all these reasons why I didn't like Amazon and why you shouldn't buy from Amazon. And the person responded, I've been a lifelong Amazon customer. They have always treated me good. I'm a happy customer. And yeah, that's fine. But here's the thing. As I pointed out, yes, but you are a customer. And it's ironic, really, that my friend has this opinion when they have a channel. And they aren't complaining about Uber as much as I am. I complain about it the most. I will totally admit it. I complain way more than the other Uber tubers out there. That's just my personality. I don't like to see people get away with things they really shouldn't get away with. But they have complained about Uber too. And they are a driver. And it's like, yeah, but as a driver, you see that Uber is not all sunshine and rainbows and unicorn poop. It is seriously screwing people, and it is nasty, and it is mean, and it is ugly. And my point was, Amazon is the same way. Amazon is this really ugly corporation, this really almost evil thing that everybody accepts in their house. Because if you are a customer, and let's face it, they are gearing towards the customers. There are way more Amazon customers than there are employees. Let's not even kid ourselves. But if you are a customer, you are treated like gold. Because as a customer, you have the power to sink them if you decide you don't want to buy their products. That's why Amazon gets into every single business. That's why when they get into a business, they are, relentless in destroying the competition. In fact, let's do a little experiment. After this video is over, or you can just pause the video if you want, but open a new tab in your browser and type in relentless.com and see where it takes you. Or you can go, I'll wait. That's a good picture. Okay, anyway, so you've probably gone. See where it takes you? Here's the story beyond that. Amazon likes to pretend that their philosophy is good customer service. We will always take care of the customers. The customers will always come first. That is our mission. That is our philosophy. It's not. Amazon was originally going to be called Relentless.com because Jeff Bezos' vision, Jeff Bezos' mission, in fact, was he's like, we are relentless. We open our doors. We enter a market and we conquer. We destroy. And we don't stop until we're the number one company. Thankfully for him, many early investors said that's probably not a great thing to do. You don't want that to be your mission statement. And they made it to be more friendly. But you then see Bezos still write an open-ed letter saying why I want my employees to be afraid. He has actually argued for scaring his employees, making them as stressed out as possible. Like, they should be fearful. I will fire them any day, any minute to keep them on top of it and keep our customers happy. This is not humane. This is not the work of a company that cares. This is not the work of a company that is healthy to have in your house. And like Uber, nothing will ever be done about it unless the employees do something about it, because why would the customer get involved? I mean, I have actually talked to people at church, argued why they shouldn't, or, I have shared so many stories about what wrong things Amazon does, and someone responded, I kid you not, with, yes, that might be true, but Amazon gives me free shipping. Who cares? Who cares? It's saving $3 worth. This person not having any dignity, to not having a good life. And it's the same thing. It could be just the same with Uber. Like, the drivers are treated terribly. They should be paid well. They should not have to drive 70 hours a week just to make ends meet. And people will say, that might be true, but I want to get to work for $3.80. I don't want to go there for $6 or $10 or something. As long as the customer is being taken care of, the customers will never advocate for better rights for the drivers, for the employees. And the companies will be willing to exploit the drivers and the employees, because as long as the customers are happy and coming to them, they're not spending their money anywhere else. And that's how Amazon takes over. They don't need to make money. And they can hold out this game as long as they want to. They truly, truly can. And that's why when Amazon entered Whole Foods market and the grocery store market, a lot of grocery stores started admitting, and these are grocery stores that do pay their employees well and do give them 401ks and do give them benefits, they have to start shutting down because they can't compete with a company that doesn't need to make any money. I don't know if the Whole Food employees are going to get to unionize. I personally don't think they will. I think Amazon is way too slick. They will find a way to get rid of them. They will find a way to get rid of them before they let that happen. But the employees have a lot of support. This might be one of the few times Amazon might get trounced, and I'm rooting for them. I hope they succeed. Will they? Probably not. All I know is this: I am not going to be shopping at Whole Foods one way or the other. As long as Amazon has their mitts in it, not going to be buying anything from them. But that's my opinion. What about your guys' opinion? This has been almost 20 minutes. Like, geez, I told you this could be a long one. I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, what do you folks think? Do you agree, disagree? Are you a loyal Amazon customer? And does finding out any of this change your mind? What about, did you go to Relentless.com? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.